The main plot is finally revealed in this episode, and really, it's revealed a lot earlier than I expected, which is a good thing, because the first part of this episode was just, oh my god, I felt like I was having to drag myself through this entire first half of this episode, because it was at the same time important, but at the same time, it just felt like they were walking too long in these corridors, along with this other uninteresting character saying, oh, I can control the entire mansion, herder, you know, stuff like that. So it really just, that first half did not feel good, did not feel right, but when we started getting to the section where we finding out more backstory of Chaika, finding out about her father, and finding out that her father was an emperor, got overthrown, and pretty much got his body parts cut up into different pieces, placed somewhere, and they all have magical properties. That completely made the entire episode a lot more interesting, and it definitely spiced up what we should expect from this series. So now the main end goal is about Chaika recovering all her father's actual body parts and being able to lay him to rest. Now, I have a theory from this factor right here. Since Chaika's father has body parts that are leaking out magic, I'm just going to most likely say he's probably still alive. So when Chaika finally brings back all his body pieces together, most likely her father is going to come back to life. That's what my entire theory is, because we had earlier on this episode, the only main important thing that uninteresting, I guess, kind of villain character tried to prove was that Chaika was supposed to be dead, but she is not. So a lot of mysteries right there. I know she's called Chaika the Coffin Princess, so a lot of questions. It really is. I'm just going to take a quick guess and say she's most likely dead too, and there's a lot of mystery around these two characters. But one thing I'm going to say I have to complain about with this series so far, but I know there's a lot more episodes to explain it, so I'm not really judging the series, but just from so far what we've gotten, is that our two main characters really do not have any backstory that really make them interesting. Yes, we know kind of how they fought, we know about Ironblood, we know one's a ninja, we know we have like a brother-sister type complex thing going on here, but it doesn't feel like it's very interesting. Like, their characters are just stunning and make you want to know more about them, because right now they've proven to be just generic characters part of the series. Chaika, even though she hasn't done nothing, I guess, extremely awesome, and hasn't done nothing to really stand out among the crowd of this anime season, she has a lot more development than the other characters in the series, because we find out about her father this episode. So, at the same time, I'm upset with that, but that's just me nitpicking. It really is. I know there's a lot more episodes for them to explain backstory, but I'm just, you know, throwing that out there. So, let's talk about the animation. The animation of this episode was good, especially with the up-close personal shots of Chaika. Chaika really had some great animation on her. Not the best animation, but still great animation. I like the music. I really do love that opening song and that ending song. Not my favorites, but they're definitely good songs. It definitely suits this type of series. Now, as I said last episode review, I said most likely this series will have some form of dark themes after what happened to that freaking unicorn. Still, save the unicorns 2014. But anyways, what happened in this episode, we get to see more, it looks like, creepier, darkish type tones to it, because we see how actually this series is going to show a lot of gore and violence, because our main character stabs someone, you see blood pouring out. I'm surprised they actually didn't censor that. They didn't censor it, so I give them props there for the people that are currently animating this series, because if they don't censor it, we might see some more violent scenes later on that might be really badass, especially with some epic fights. Now, so far from my impressions of just 2 episodes of this series, I like it. It's a good series. I don't know if I could actually say I recommend this to everybody and say that this is a must-watch of this anime season, but, I mean, it has some good things, it has some bad things about it, but this is the only 2nd episode, so I really cannot judge the series overall from just 2 episodes, let alone 3 episodes. But, I mean, really, I just wanted to get those opinions out there. So tell me your thoughts on this series, everybody. Tell me your thoughts on this episode. Did you enjoy it? Did you hate it? What was your favorite moments about it? Do you feel like Chaika is probably the only interesting character so far in this series? Do you like the way Chaika talks? What do you feel about finding out more about Chaika and her father? Finding out that her main goal is to gather all of her father's body parts. So everybody, I love you so much. Please be safe, and Chibi out.